Where I'm standing now was never part of the Roman Empire. The frontier was here, the River Main. Today it's the border between Bavaria and Hesse, and I'm standing on the Bavarian side. Behind me, the Hessian town of Seligenstadt. There is a footbridge for walkers and cyclists 4 kilometers away. Anyone driving a car will have to go further and use the autobahn or drive in the other direction, almost as far as Hanau. Luckily, there's a ferry. In just a few minutes it will take you and your bike, moped, car or van across the river to visit this beautiful historic town. Visitors from the Bavarian side often park their cars here for free instead of hunting for a parking space in town, which they then have to pay for. It's not just tourists that use it, of course. Some people from Bavaria work in Seligenstadt, and some people from Seligenstadt work on the Bavarian side. For example, at this little complex that belongs to the parish of Karlstein. But there's a problem. Ticket sales don't begin to cover the cost of actually running the ferry, which is owned and run by the Seligenstadt Town Council. And the Town Council is finding it increasingly difficult to find a budget for it. In 2015, the ferry made a loss of €330,000. And the problem is being made even worse by the fact that the ferry is seriously short-staffed. And that's why, a few months ago, the ferry changed its hours of operation. It doesn't start until 9:45 in the morning, making it useless for commuters, and it stops just after 8 in the evening. Very inconvenient for Bavarians who'd quite like a nice meal in one of Seligenstadt's restaurants. Plus, it has a little nap just after lunch. So why not build a bridge? Well, they're certainly looking into it, but it's a very controversial idea. First of all, it would spoil this view, and nobody really wants that. And honestly, who can blame them? But the other thing is that it would cost millions and millions, and there would be maintenance costs forever after. So actually, not much of a saving at all, especially in the short term. However, the ferry benefits not just Seligenstadt, but Karlstein as well. Couldn't Karlstein help subsidise it? Take the pressure off Seligenstadt? Seligenstadt would certainly be up for that. Karlstein, not so much. You see, while it's true that commuters do use the ferry, they still only make up a tiny portion of the total numbers. It is mostly tourists, and tourists don't visit Karlstein. And so the Karlstein Parish Council isn't interested. So that's it. Stalemate, it seems. Seligenstadt can't afford to run a full ferry service, Karlstein doesn't think it should help, and a bridge seems out of the question. And if a permanent solution isn't found soon, I may have to find somewhere else to get my favourite ice cream. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to send me a postcard, here's the address. And don't forget to visit my website and follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Also, if you'd like access to special bonus content and help with the costs of running this channel, please consider making a small monthly donation on Patreon.